Okay, I got another video for y'all. Love Island, season 1, episode 12. This has nothing to do with Love Island. If y'all watched the last video, y'all know. I'm just telling the story here to make sure that it's longer than 3 minutes. But this shit may go OT. But I'm gonna try to tell y'all this story fast. So as y'all know, like I said, I'm in college. Um, Jesus Christ, I've been good. Like I've been celibate all my life, really. Like I'm not really intimate, not really sexual, haven't really. And I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I think I'm an attractive guy, and you're not gonna tell me I'm not sexy. I don't think I'm a fucking supermodel, but 1 through 10, I'm like a 7.4. I'm like a 7.4. With a shortcut, with hair, I'm an 8. Without, I'm like a 7.4, 7.2. At bare minimum a 7. So I'm like, okay, I'm decent. But with my personality, when my personality gets into it, my overall gets boosted, my badges start, upgrading or whatnot. So it's like, okay, cool. So I've been cool since I've been here. I've been meeting so many people. I met at this game night, well, hold on. Let's start from the beginning. Okay. So I meet this girl at a stoplight. And I just started a conversation with her because I seen her for the past couple of days, and she looks nice, body's T, face is T, and I'm just like, cool, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll chop it up with her. I chop it up, have a small conversation. We exchange names. As y'all know, well, y'all probably don't know, I don't have any social media, so my Instagram, I used to, but once my Instagram got suspended, and I had Instagram for like a fucking decade plus. Like I had that Instagram since like 2010, 2011. And they told me one day, like a month ago, 2 months ago, they were like, oh yeah, you violated community guidelines. It's like, bro, y'all so damn funny. How the fuck did mind you, I don't even be on the account. So it's like, I don't have social media. So we just exchanged names. I was like, I'll see you when I see you. So we seen each other a couple times after that, and mind you, it's completely by coincidence because I don't know when she's leaving her dorm. She doesn't know when I'm leaving mine. We don't communicate. We don't text. So we like see each other, cool, whatever. Now, y'all, the way that I work is I have all my life. I don't want to say I haven't been interested in somebody, but you know that commercial, like for example, you know that commercial with it's a funny commercial. If you don't know, look it up. It was Drake, Will Ferrell, and DeMar DeRozan was in the commercial, and Drake makes like a corny joke, and he's like, "What's your name?" And DeMar DeRozan's like, "DeMar." He's like, he looks at Will Ferrell, he laughs. He's like, "DeMar, DeMar. I hear it, the less I like it." And that's how it's been over my life. Like I've been interested in women, but the more I actually get to know this woman and I break down her walls and I figure out, you know what I'm saying, what she likes, what she doesn't like, icks and just all about her, the less I start to like her. And not even in terms of like, oh, as a person, I just mean like in terms of someone that I'm interested in. Like now you're a homegirl. Like I don't like you how I liked you or how I seen you before, right? So, and also too, the way that it works in college is everybody's really talking to everybody, to be honest. I see so many motherfuckers, and I was telling my friend this the other day, because he was like, oh, who is this person in a relationship with? And I was like, she dates da-da-da-da. He was like, what about her? I was like, she dates da-da-da-da-da. What about her? Like, I'm just giving him the rundown. And he's like, damn. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, bro, why do you even give a fuck? Majority of these girls who have a boyfriend or who date somebody here, I've seen them walk in with like a completely different nigga every week. That's why I like just walking around here and I like talking to people, because people talk. Women talk, men talk, everybody talk. So if you just go around and you talk to people, you'll get the tea. You'll get the rumors. Once you make friends with people, they'll just tell you. So I know so much information about so many people in here in my dorm that I shouldn't know. But cool. So I say all that to say I'm always just interested. I'm interested in a person to see where it goes, but I'm not like, oh, that's the one. oh, she's my crush. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can't wait to crack. I don't do that. I've never done that in my life. Like, I just be me. I vibe. I just try to have a good time, regardless of what I'm doing. And bitch might fuck with my energy. Somehow she may end up sending a nigga lap, sucking a nigga dick. I don't know. Instead, I don't know. Like, that's how it's always worked for me. I never overtly tried. I was never one of you try hard niggas. If it came to me, cool. If it didn't, cool. I never looked for it. So I say all that to say, she's in the box, or she's on the level of being a person that I'm just interested in, right? Okay. She puts me on with one of her friends. I kind of, because, okay, so I'm going to call the girl who I met at the red light, just because, we're not giving out real government names. We're not giving out real government, you know what I'm saying? So red light introduces me to her friend, okay? And we're going to call her friend Light Bright. Now, Light Bright and red light are both really attractive. Like I said, I that's the whole reason I talked to red light to begin with, is because red light was tea. She puts me, well, she doesn't put me on, but like she makes me meet her friend Light Bright. Light Bright is attractive. Now, Light Bright is on go. No, just like G shit. Now, me and Light Bright start talking, and when I'm leaving my dorm, because sometimes we have a sky lounge, and sometimes I just go out and I walk around just to see the city, and you know what I'm saying, and just to get a breather. Sometimes you need fresh air. I'm that type nigga. Like, I'm a nature type nigga. Like, I come from the era where niggas wasn't iPad kids. You know what I'm saying? Yo ass nigga, if you was on the game too much, your parents locked you outside and forced you to nigga do something. Even if you was sitting on that electrical box, nigga, they nigga do something. You couldn't be inside. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I needed some air. I go down. Light Bright stays a floor under me. Light Bright tells me, hey, like how are you doing? This is like probably a couple days after we met, a week after me and Light Bright had met. Light Bright goes down the elevator and she's like, oh, hey, where are you going? I'm telling her, I was just going to go walk. This may seem weird. Because, to black people, stuff that's not, regularly done in the community, which I'm not saying like niggas don't take walks, but I'm like, if you tell a bit, like a bitch be like, oh, what you doing? I'm like, well, I'm going on a walk. Like, I just, I always preface it with, hey, this may sound weird. Like, if you're not the type to regularly go on walks and just get a breath of fresh air and just, touch nature, touch grass, look over the pier or go to the lake or something, like, that's not really real nigga well, I'm a real nigga, so it is real nigga activity, but it's just, that's not something that's regularly done. But anyway, that's besides the point. She's like, where are you going? I'm like, oh, I'm just, this may sound weird, but I just like to walk sometimes, so I'm just going to go walk. I said, what about you? She's like, oh, well, I'm going to Chick-fil-A. I'm like, okay. All right. I was like, I'll join you, so, you don't walk alone, and it's late, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. So we walked to the Chick-fil-A. As we walked to the Chick-fil-A, this is how I know that Light Bright is on go, is because she's telling me a story about her dealing with guys on one of the sports teams. Guys, plural. She dealt with one guy and then dealt with his homeboy. But she was like, I don't like either of these niggas. One of the niggas was ugly and I don't know what I was doing. The other nigga, which I was like, I had to stop her. I was like, why do you bitches do that? So why do you do this? If you can look now, mind you, completely sober, not even on an intoxicated night, not after a couple taps of the J, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not even that. Like, just you were completely sober, completely conscious, and still, like, I'm lost. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. So yeah, she's telling me, she's like, oh, I dealt with this one nigga. I don't like either of these niggas because they're lame. The one nigga's just ugly, and then the other nigga, not only is the sex not even that good, that's also too. I was like, bitch, like, oh my goodness, like, which I get it. You can't, you don't know until you know. Especially with that, it's like, okay, a nigga could talk a big game and I'll put you through the matrix and all this other shit, but when it's actually time to get in there, Niggas be in there like Jonathan. Whoa, whoa. Niggas sound like he casting spells and shit. Oh my gosh. That nigga sound like he doing animation voice acting for like a scary movie. Whoa, whoa. It's like, settle in. Play off 2 feet. But, yeah. So she's telling me the other nigga was lame. He's a simp. He used to wake her up before he left to give her a kiss. And not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you fuck, like, you do, like, in the morning, you know, if you fuck with her, you roll over, cuddle her a little bit, give her a hug, maybe a kiss. But if she sleep, cool. This nigga was full on waking her up at like 7 a.m. in the morning so that she was fully conscious, fully up, fully awake, so he could give her a kiss and say, bye, bae. She's like, oh, yeah, that nigga's lame, and I like to be called bae. So we're just chopping it up, and, like, don't get me wrong. I thought, like I said, with Light Bright as well, face tea, body tea. So I'm like, okay, like, but she's telling me this, and I'm just like, man, you are going to be my homegirl for life. I'm like, man, because it's just like, I practice what I preach. So when I get on these videos and I say like, hey, it's funny that you niggas want a virgin, but you niggas be so promiscuous. That's the reason why, well, I'm not saying I want a virgin, but, well, if I did, that'd be nice, and I'm not against it. But I'm just saying, like, I live the life of somebody who's duper celibate, so I kind of, if you're just out here like boom, 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 that's not really for me. So that's already, you know, moving you down. You're already getting demoted from interested in to homegirl. So now, as we're walking back, we're still talking, whatever. I'm like, yeah, she's my homegirl, like officially homegirl, cool. That was one night. So our dorm has RAs, which I know what you're thinking, like, yeah, most dorms have RAs. This is like an apartment style dorm, and this is for like the, you know, older and or more mature kids on campus. So last year it didn't have RAs, but this year it does. That's why I bring it up. So, and also try to bring it up to say the RAs have events at our place. So, sidetrack, we're going to get off red light and light bright, and we'll come back to them. So, randomly, I forget when this was, but randomly, 2 girls come up to my apartment. And the 2 girls come up to the dorm, and they say, hey, you know, can we get the tour? Mind you, I was asleep. My other roommate is up. My roommate is up. He's awake. He's moving. Cool. He answers the door. I'm in here. I think it was Saturday, so I was probably just, nigga, watching college football, stuffing my face with Chick-fil-A. Like, that's literally what I do on Saturday. I try not to move. So he's talking to them. All I hear is, like, the door butt open. Not my door. The apartment door butt open. And the bitches just start screaming. Like, they're like, ah, like just being loud or whatever. So then my roommate kicks him out. I don't see the girls. I asked him, I'm like, you know, you straight? Like, you the first nigga to get some work in here? Okay, big player. He like, nah, like, I don't know them. They came in, asked him to do that little TikTok room tour shit. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you knew them because it was in here screaming, being loud. He's like, no, I have no idea who they are. I was like, okay, cool. So shortly after this, there's a knock on the door. My roommate answers it again. And hence it's those same girls. But I didn't know this until after they left and my roommate told me it's the same girls. So after it's a knock on the door, my roommate lets him in. He comes to my door. He knocks on my door and he's like, hey, it's 2 girls out here. Tell him I'll be right there. Because I'm like, I don't know why girls are at our dorm. I don't know any, like, I know people, but I don't know them well enough to pull up to the spot. Number 1, in general, and 2, unannounced. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, okay, cool. So let's see what it is. I go out there. They're duper decent. It's a shorter black one. She's probably like a low 6, high 5, like a 5'8", maybe a 6'3". Cool, you know what I'm saying? And then it's a taller, light bright one. She's also like a 6. She's more attractive than the shorter one. And see, we got to give them code names too. Actually, yeah, we'll give them code names after the story. So we they come in there. Where was I? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Stay with me here, because the story is not really intriguing yet. It's just giving you the base details so that you understand the deeper that we go into the story and nobody's confused. So the two girls come in. Like I said, they're both duper decent. We got like a 5'8" to 6'3" and like a 6'3" to like a 6'5". They're duper decent. Now the taller light one, she has more of a personality, more of like a humor. The energy is funny. She makes me laugh, so I rock with her a little bit. So we give her a player card that upgrades her overall to like we give her a park card that boosts her overall 0.3 points, 0.4 points. So she's like a 7, but only because of the personality. Without the personality, back to like a 6'2", 6'3". So cool. They come in, and he's like, my roommate tells me, he's like, they want to use our microwave. And I'm looking at this nigga like, nigga, let them use a microwave. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we, like, just, like, no, you know what I'm saying? Cool. So I'm like, oh, like, I mean, I don't have a problem. Do you have a problem with it? Like, I don't have a problem with it. He's like, no. So they use a microwave. Mind you, I'm thinking, like, bitch gonna put a hungry man in there, or like a goddamn kid cuisine, nigga, you know, something with like different sides on it, or like the bitch put a hash brown in there. So now I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so maybe they're here to crack on with my roommate, because mind you, they live 2 floors under us. So I'm like, why, if they live 2 floors under us, are they coming 2 floors up? And our apartment is literally, or our dorm is literally like all the way down the hallway. Like once you get the elevator, you have to do a walk to even make it to our room. So I'm like, why did these hoes come 2 floors up to the end of the hallway on our floor to make a hash brown? I'm like, nigga, they like you, but they don't want to say it. He like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, they okay. They do. He say, my roommate on the stage all the time, like, they duper decent. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. So we passed that. So we'll call the 2 girls. We'll call the taller, light, bright girl. We'll call the taller one, the taller, light skin. We'll call her hash brown. And then we'll call the shorter, dark skin girl JUCO. Because as I found out last night, she doesn't go here. Cool. She go to a community college. So after that, now forget about hash brown and JUCO for right now. So Tuesday, now let's get back to red light and light bright. So red light and light bright, you know, I see them a couple of times. We go to one of the restaurants close to here. We eat, we vibe. They introduce me to a friend. The friend's not really relevant to the story. She cool peoples though. But I don't want to give you guys more code names to people that have no relevance to the story whatsoever. And it's just like, that's just pointless and it's more confusing. So cool. I was with Red Light and Light Bright and one of their friends, who is now my friend too as well. We ate, we chopped it up. Cool, we left. Our RAs, like, remember when I told you our RAs be having events in the Sky Lounge? So one of the events was, you know, on Tuesday. I'm not going to specify what the event is. We go up there to the event. I told them I didn't go with them. And this wasn't on the same day we ate. This is on a completely different occasion. So one of the events was happening. They asked me if I was going. I said, yeah, I'd be going. I seen them earlier in the day at the gym, and I just like confirmed I was going to them. Cool. I end up going to the rec center, which the gym and the rec center are 2 different things. We have a gym in our apartment or in our dorm. And then it's a rec center that's just like on the campus, you know what I'm saying? And it's bigger, it has more equipment, it has courts, pool, whatever you could think of. Cool. So I go to the rec center, I go hoop for a little bit, for longer than I should. The event starts at 7. I thought it was 7:30. I didn't wrap up until like 6:45. I get a text from our RA. She's like, oh, the event's starting. I'm like, okay, like, cool, I'll be up there. Once I like shower, freshen up, because niggas wasn't trying to go up there musty. Right. I go up there to the event. And I also wanted to go to the cafe. That's a lie. I wanted to go to the cafe too. I want to go to the dining hall. So after I got done at the rec, it was like 6:45. Once I got done at the dining hall, it was like 7:20. So I'm like, okay, I'll probably pull up, shower. I probably pull up once I shower, like 7:30, 7:45-ish. You know, I'm a real nigga, so I show up fashionably late. I'm never the first nigga there, be for real. So, okay, cool. I get up there to the event, you know, say hi, greet everyone, pour me a little drink, sit down. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And when I say drink, y'all, I don't, well, before this weekend, I didn't drink or smoke. Not saying this was my first time, but I probably stopped for a couple months, stopped for a year, and just fell into bullshit that I'll explain later. So yeah, I pour me a drink, we're sitting. Everything's well. Mind you, red light, her birthday was last Friday. Now, I told y'all these past 2 weeks have been midterms, right? So I haven't been able to, well, even though I don't really get out as it is because I really don't like outside, the more and more I grow up, I'm a homebody ass nigga. Like, don't have me at no dumbass parties with no dumbass people doing dumbass things. Like, I just do. Like, the more and more I grow up, I'm very homebody. I'm very homebody-esque, introverted. Like, let's do activity. And like also too, like, people don't be trying to do activities. It's like, okay, it's cool. I've been through my party era. I've been through my club era to hell. I was in the club for my first time when I was like 16. Like, and I was clubbing ever since. Like, that shit, it gets old after a while. I'm cool. Same with parties. That shit, I went to my first college party, I told y'all, when I was like 16. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. I've been doing this. I'm past it at this point. I like doing real activities like, oh, let's go kayaking, to a museum, to the zoo, anything that's not just, hey, show up to the club and buy a section and fill a bitch mouth with some Luna Azul. Like, that's not for me anymore. I mean, I'll do it on a rare occasion, but that's not every single week. Like, it's not that deep to me. Cool, so I go up there to the event. Conversation's good. Red Light's birthday was last Friday. And she's showing, you know, the pictures and videos of her birthday and whatnot. And it's like, it's okay. It's cool. Like, it's chill. It's whatever. And she's telling the story, but little do I know she's reserving information from the story. So once she gets done with her story and she shows all the pictures, mind you, Friday night, the night of her birthday, one of her friends was super drunk and she was babysitting her friends. And she said that she was babysitting like all her friends. They're all guys. Well, not all of her friends, but the people who were there that she was babysitting were all guys. So after her story, I was like, well, that's good that you had fun knowing that you had to, you know, babysit or whatever, you know, babysit a couple niggas, which, like, come on, guys. Rule of thumb, cardinal sin, number 1, never get drunker than the women. I don't have to go over that. We're not going to get into that, but cool. So after I say that, I'm like, it's glad that you still managed to have fun doing that. She's like, yeah. Light Bright says, oh, yeah. And it was definitely worth it towards the end of the night. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, I'm starting to touch my drink because I'm like, bitch, what are you talking about? So I have my hand on my drink, and Light Bright is like, yeah, later that night when we called up such and such and we got you some dick. And I was gonna look over. Y'all, I was gonna look over at Red Light and be like, wow. But I was like, look forward, don't look over, and drink your drink. So that's what I did, because now I'm like, well, wait a minute, bitch, you left that part out the story. 1, 2, let's get into that part of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so now it's out there. Mind you, I can see her out of my peripheral because, you know, when you drink your cup and your eyes kind of like get wider to the end of the cup. So I can see her out my peripheral. I am duper sipping whatever's in my cup. And it's just so crazy. They asked her, they're like, I'm looking over. I could see her in my peripheral. And as I'm looking over and can see her in my peripheral, she's like dead silent. And she's ignoring her. like she can't hear her. So I'm like, okay, so let's level. Like I'm P. Y'all know I'm P. Like I'm really too P to care majority of the time about anything, right? So as this is happening, or as she's dead silent, I'm thinking to myself like, I don't really care that you got birthday dick. Well, I don't want to say I don't care. Bitch, you got birthday dick. Okay, I'll charge it to the game. But you didn't even get birthday dick from a nigga that you liked. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's more so where I'm going with this. Because at least I would have charged it to the game and been like, hey, I was unavailable. You did your thing. I don't even know if you fuck with me like that. I'm thinking we're all homegirls, homeboys. So I'm like, I'm not really too thrilled. But to do it with a nigga that you don't like is just like, wow. So, now she's been demoted to homegirl at this point. And now I'm like, well, okay. So I couldn't see y'all. I at the moment, I didn't know how to process the information because I was just like, why would you leave that out the story? But it's like, okay, cool, whatever. So after that, I couldn't leave immediately because they would know it got to me. So I probably waited 5 minutes. The event was pretty much over anyway. I waited like 5 or 6 minutes. I'm like, oh, they're not talking about shit no way. So cool, we out. So I tell them like, hey, have a good night. I get in the elevator. They try to get in the elevator with me. I straight close that shit. I seen them coming and I click my floor like, no, I don't even play like that. So I got back and I was like, wow, okay. That was that. So, like I said, I wasn't hurt, I wasn't affected, but I was just like, I'm more so disappointed. It's like when my parents are like, no, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. So it's like that. I'm like, no, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. So Wednesday happens, I have class on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I went to class, went to the dining hall, went to the lounge, chilling in the lounge. And I just, was doing my thing, just chilling for the day. And I was about to go on my nightly walk, but before I went up to the lounge to look over and see the view again, and they had another event. Now, it wasn't an event that my RA threw, so nobody from my floor was there. But guess who I seen at the event? I seen Hash Brown. Now, JUCO, of course, she doesn't go here, so how would she know about the event and how would she be there? But I seen Hash Brown. Hash Brown was with two friends. It's a dark-skinned girl, and it's another dark-skinned girl with a fro. So now we're gonna call the we're gonna call the one of the dark-skinned. Well, we're gonna call the one with the fro, and then we're gonna call the other dark-skinned girl who was up there, we're going to call her Coin. Like a coin. So, okay. So Hash Brown is up there with Fro and Coin, who I didn't meet at this point, but we're at the event because now she is my favorite RA who's throwing this event. And also, too, she's bad. So I'm trying to flirt with this RA and figure out, like, what's her relationship status and, like, who she be with on campus, which this RA I haven't seen with niggas. So I'm like, I want to put you in that interested box, but we know how that goes. we seen the outcome of that. You can't even touch the interested box. Like, I don't even want to categorize you right now. Like, let's live now. let's live in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. I seen what categorizing you did. We no more, no mas. So I'm like, okay. Now Hash Brown doesn't recognize that it's me, but I brought it up later on in the night. But she asked me, Hash Brown was like, hey, like, I want this guy's number. I feel like he's the one. He's so sexy, like, da-da-da-da-da. And she was like, but, like, from a male's perspective, how do you feel that, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you feel if a woman asked for your number, if they've asked for your number? And I was like, well, I'm always grateful. Like, I'm always appreciative. And then the RA was like, period. So I'm like, nigga, hold on. plus 10 team chemistry. I'm like, wait, the post game presser. I didn't even really expect for her to be locked into what I was saying, but I was like, yeah, I'm always grateful, I'm always appreciative. The Aria was like, period. And I was like, okay. But I was like, honestly and truly, like, it really just depends on if he like you. Like, it's the same thing with when a guy approaches you. One guy might approach you and you may be like, hey, I really fuck with her, or I really fuck with him, and he can get my number. And if the next nigga come up to you and you don't fuck with him and he asks for a number, you can be like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it really depends. I can't sit here and tell you it's going to be all good things, fairies and rainbows, but it also ain't going to be all bad. It just depends on how he feel about you. She was like, oh, okay. So we chop it out throughout the night. We laugh and we having a time. Me, the RA, Hash Brown, and Coin, we all just having our time. So the night ends, and I didn't have my phone on me. This night I was just, because I was really just going to walk. I didn't expect to fall into this. So I'm just like, okay, cool. The night ends, the event ends, and Hash Brown, she's like, oh yeah, like, let's watch Sinners. Like, we gotta watch Sinners at our place. So they asked me, Hash Brown and Coin are like, I asked Hash Brown and Coin, I'm like, is Sinners good? They're like, you never seen it? I was like, no. They're like, you have to come see Sinners. Like, you have to come to our place. So I'm just like, whoa. I'm like, I was like, I started laughing because I was like, no way they're serious. Nigga, they're serious. They're serious. So once they tell me they're serious, I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I'll come through. I'll watch Sinners. Cool, whatever. So we go to their their dorm or whatever, and we're trying to figure out how to work it because HBO Max isn't working on the TV. They say Coin says that she's gonna cook. She said that she's feeling wings. So she pulls the wings out the freezer. They didn't defrost, but she put them in the water, in some boiling water and in the sink, or some hot water in the sink, and just like let them sit while we was trying to figure out the whole center situation. So they have a fourth roommate. Their fourth roommate, she's not too relevant, but just because she's there, I'll say something. We'll call her tied because she has a boyfriend, so she's tied to someone. So their fourth roommate comes out. Her boyfriend isn't over there, but she's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, da-da-da-da-da, whatever, cool. That's fine, that's straight. They make the wings. They make the fries. We figure out how to get Sinners on. We get Sinners on. We watch Sinners. Sinners is good. We watch Sinners. Sinners is good. We laugh a little bit afterward. Fro says she's going to bed. She goes to bed. Hash Brown wants to pull an all-nighter. Coin is getting kind of tired, and I'm going to be on my way out. Because y'all real. I thank them. Appreciate it. Y'all fed a nigga. Y'all put on a movie for a nigga he ain't seen. Like, G shit. Like, it's love. It's appreciative. So I'm thinking, like, everyone here, like, we're all homegirls, homeboys. Cool. Like, that's just the vibe I'm getting. None of them really gave me, you know what I'm saying, anything to say, hey, they really like me. And this is the same thing with Red Light and, well, more so Red Light, just in general, because Light Bright was always, from the moment at Chick-fil-A, she was my homegirl. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I found me some solid friends. They got a nigga right. Like, the energy's good. Like, everybody buzzing. Like, it's cool. So they, Hash Brown was like, wait, let's go to the gym. And I was like, well, bitch, I'm not going to the gym. And then Hash Brown was like, oh, well, let's go to your dorm, and then we'll figure out what we'll do for the rest of the night. What they'll do, not with me. Because, like I said, I wasn't pulling up all-nighter, even though I stayed up to like 3 or 4 that night, which damn near was an all-nighter, but cool. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, y'all can come to my dorm and like check it out, look at it, but like, just, y'all gotta lower y'all voice, y'all gotta keep it down. Like, we're just, be low key, you know what I'm saying? Be low. So, cause I don't know, my roommates are in here asleep. My niggas be having work and whatnot. So I'm just like, be vigilant, you know what I'm saying? Be diligent out here. So, cool. We come up, they look at the place, they love the place. They're sitting down. They're like, oh my gosh, it's so nice. Mind you, it's dirty as fuck. Dishes piled up in the sink. And like, come on, like we're guys. We're college guys. Like niggas are, and like I said, niggas have jobs and some more shit. Like we don't have time to make this motherfucker look duper pristine. Like we clean up when we can or when it gets super bad. But like, I mean, it wasn't terrible. Like that's probably the only thing was dishes was in the sink. But it ain't like the floor was sticky or like it was nasty and shit. Like no, we was chilling. So cool. They come through, they see the spot, they like it. They sit down for a minute. I turn on Young Boy. Young Boy. Nigga, they sit down for a minute. I turn on Young Boy. They listen to a couple Young Boy songs. I sing Lonely Child. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? You got to yawn. Pull off the yawn, y'all. Well, y'all, it's been great. Ugla. Well, I appreciate y'all face. So, you know, I hit the little yawn or whatever at the end of Lonely Child. Lonely Child is ending. I sing the chorus one more time. That shit turns off. I'm like, yeah, well, I appreciate y'all. And they're like, okay, well, cool. Like, bye. Like, we'll see you. Okay, so now here's when the story is getting like, it's getting like that, right? So this was Wednesday because the first event where I seen Red Light and Light Bright was Tuesday. The other event where I seen Hash Brown, Coin, and Fro was Wednesday. And this is the end of Wednesday night when they're leaving after, you know, Sinners or whatever. So at the end of the night, Coin, this is the only sign that I got, or at least I thought was a sign. Coin asked me, she's the only person who asked me for social media. She was like, hey, do you like, what are you on? Or like, da-da-da-da-da, like, let's exchange, like, da-da-da-da. And I was like, I told her I didn't really have social media, but I was like, hey, the only thing I really have is Snap, but like, who uses Snapchat in 2025? And who's over the age of like 15 using Snapchat? But apparently it's 50-50. People use Snapchat. So I'm like, okay, cool. She gets the snap, so I'm like, okay, she's the only one who asked for info. She doesn't. Thursday comes. This is Thursday now. Thursday, I wake up late. Of course, like I said, no class. And also, too, like, I was out till like 4 a.m. last night. I wasn't out, but I was up till 4 a.m., so I'm sleeping in. I get up, I work out, go to the dining hall, eat some breakfast. The night goes on. Later on in the night, I get a snap from her, which I texted her before I went to sleep, because like I said, I went to sleep at 4 or 5, and they were saying they were going to stay up till 4 or 5. I was like, no way you guys stayed up till 4 or 5. Just trying to start a convo and just see where things are going to lead and where things are going to go. Great. Thursday night comes. They're having another event. This event is a costume. It's a costume party in the lobby of our apartment, and like some, you know, chill area in the lobby of our apartment. I don't have a costume. I grew up not only super religious, and my religion that I used to be a part of didn't celebrate holidays, but also too, I grew up very poor, as y'all know. Financially, my parents just didn't have it. I had a big family. We moved all over the place, so I didn't celebrate any holidays outside of like maybe Thanksgiving, and even that was a maybe. You know what I'm saying? But after times of not eating, you know, you at least counted on Thanksgiving, and parents were gonna make sure Thanksgiving came through. But like my birthday, I didn't celebrate my birthday. I didn't celebrate Christmas. I didn't do anything for Halloween. Like I've never done that. So I've always just been, I don't do costumes. So cool. But they were like, hey, the costume is preferred. Just come. We mixed drinks and like we did whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'll come and I'll look for some snacks, although they didn't have any snacks. They said, and it was false advertising too. I'm still mad about that shit. Y'all, they said it was a caramel apple bar. That shit was a candy apple bar. I don't like candy apples, but I do like caramel apples. Cool. Not cool, actually. Fuck that. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm still mad about that because I wanted me a caramel apple. But it's fine. So I go to the rec center. I turn the corner. I didn't see and or know who was there. I just hear somebody say out loud, oh, there he goes. Mind you, I turn around, there's nobody behind me, so I fully turn around and I walk the fuck away. And it had nothing to do with nothing except for I just don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like, they're talking about me, but I don't know how they could be talking about me if everyone's back was turned, but nobody else is up walking. And it's probably like 15, 20 deep. Not that many people. This is like 30 minutes after the event started. So, like I said, I came back from the rec center late again. Wasn't even expecting to go to this event. I go upstairs, take me a shower. I'm like, okay, I'll go back down there and I'll like look around, steal some drinks, whatever, cool. So I go downstairs. They're like, hey, there he is. And it's Hash Brown, Coin, and Fro. And Tide. Tide is also there. They're doing whatever. They're cooling. It's fine. Like they're doing the shit for the event where you like paint a pumpkin and whatnot. So I'm just sitting. I'm chopping it up. Coin is giving me vibes again because she asked me. She's like, "Oh, where have you been?" And I'm thinking, I'm like, I went to the rec center. But this is why I said she's giving me vibes because I'm like, well, bitch, don't track me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about my whereabouts. Look at you. That's what friends do, nigga. Don't you dare say that's what friends do. Well, friends do that, but it's just like we had a night. We had a good night. I don't know if we would solidify that as friends, but like, cool. So after that, I already pulled up duper late, probably like an hour late to the event. So I talked to them for a little bit. They give out a prize for whoever wore the best costume. And then they also had a box of candy where you guess how much was in the box. I guessed 96. The answer was 99. Hash Brown, she actually guessed 97. So I was like, damn, like that's crazy. She had the closest one. I had the second closest. But my mind was telling me 97. But I was just like, damn, like, I don't know. I'm going to go 96. My ass should have went 98 because I was thinking about 97. But cool, whatever. So after that night, we chop it up. They say whatever. The night ends. They give out the winner prizes, and they're about to leave. Before they leave, I say, bye, y'all. Like, I'll see y'all. They're like, bye, da-da-da-da-da. So as I walk up, like I said, they're 2 floors under me. So they go to their floor. The elevator goes 2 floors up. As I get out the elevator and start walking down the hallway, it's red light. I said, hey, red light. She says, hey. We chop it up. She said, hey, I'm leaving. I'm going back home with my family for today and tomorrow. Or maybe she just said today, maybe just Thursday. And then she'd be back Friday night or both. I don't know. But she said she was leaving. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll see you. Be safe, enjoy yourself. Cool. So I know that Light Bright, her only friend is Red Light. So she only talks to Red Light. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to go down there, see what Light Bright is on. And like, I go to Light Bright's crib. She tells me that, her brother and whatnot was going to come over. Her family was going to come over, but they ended up not coming over. Me and Light Bright, we end up talking, and we have a long-ass conversation, a deep-ass conversation. I got there after the event was over at like 9, and I didn't end up leaving Light Bright's house till like 3 a.m. Mind you, I have class in the morning at 8 a.m., and at 3 a.m., me and Light Bright are still just really chopping it up. I'm figuring out things about her she never knew about her. I can't really say the same for me because I was still kind of having my walls up because I was like, yeah. Now, the important part about this interaction is I know that with Red Light being Light Bright's only friend, they tell each other everything. So now there's 2 parts that are important in this interaction between me and Light Bright. So me and Light Bright are talking, and Light Bright says I don't know how we got around to it, but it was a guy the day that me, Light Bright, and Red Light and their friend went out to eat. It was a guy who passed like 4 different times. And I was like, I hate being you guys' friend. I'm telling Light Bright, I'm like, I hate being you guys' friend because everybody thinks like I'm like that towards y'all. and y'all are just my homegirls. I'm like, because I've seen the dude who walked by 4 times that day that we went to eat. I see him around and he just stares at me and just looks at me, and they're like, oh yeah, he does that to everyone. It's not just you. I don't think he thinks like da 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 da. She's like, she gets into it and she says, well, Red Light, the night of the party, Red Light kissed him. So I said, you know what? I didn't say this out loud, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I appreciate Light Bright, and Light Bright is just a real ass bitch, because even though Light Bright does some lame shit and fuck some lame ass niggas, like them niggas are lame, like them niggas are bottom of the barrel. Even though Light Bright fucks some loser ass niggas, I still respect Light Bright, because Light Bright just doesn't withhold information from the story. Light Bright is going to tell it all, as you can see. So I'm thinking to myself, wait. So Red Light not only kissed the nigga who is low-key a stalker and who is also a lame-ass nigga, but after that, after the lame-ass nigga left, y'all caught up. And I'm thinking, I'm not saying this, of course, but I'm like, so not only did she kiss that nigga, got rid of that nigga, but then y'all hit up another nigga to go and pile drive her. And she like, okay, cool. So I'm like, at this point, definite homegirl. Like, don't get me wrong. When you get demoted, you cannot get promoted back again over here in my program. But at least it's like, okay, at least on some friends with benefits, maybe some of not even. Like, look at you. Wouldn't friends with benefits, ain't that another way of saying a solar system, nigga? Not really. And I'll explain that. I'll explain that later. Focus, y'all, focus. So as she tells me that, I'm like, definitive homegirl, 1. 2, I'm thinking like, okay, so Light Bright told me some of her sexual experiences with her ex and with people that she's dealt with here. So it's like, I'll tell her this. And also, not only am I telling her this because, and I know what you're thinking, see, you don't even follow in what you say. You don't even practice what you preach. You be saying stop over talking. So why would you over talk? And then nigga, let me finish. God damn. The reason I told her is because I know that her and Red Light tell each other everything. So now that was on the table, that not only she kissed one nigga, but let a completely different nigga fuck in the same night, I'm like, you know what? Let me let her know that I'm also outside. So I tell Light Bright the story of, like I said, the story of last night. Got to watch Sinners, got fed. Mind you, I didn't upgrade the story. I didn't big it up like, man, off the real and bitch, you was sucking my dick. No, like none of that. I just strictly said, I was with 3 women last night. We watched Sinners. Like they cooked for your boy. It was cool. It was nice. It was a vibe. So the day before Red Light left, which was Thursday, it was like Wednesday that we seen each other. Earlier Wednesday, or it might have been that night Tuesday. No, it couldn't have been that night Tuesday, because I wouldn't have exchanged numbers the night that the bitch admitted that. So I'm guessing it was Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon. Me and Red Light exchanged numbers, and we were texting. You know, when you first start texting somebody and we all reply like this, it's like that. Like, we texting back mad fast Thursday. We texting back mad fast Friday. I sent her a text at 1. I'm undelivered for the whole day. So now I'm like, she told her. Gotcha, man. I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, and mind you, like I said, this is showing me, or at least this is me thinking that Red Light cares, because it's like, and I'm a good texter, y'all, and I'll put that out there too, because a lot of y'all niggas be like, man, these bitches don't text back, but you niggas be like, what you doing? She be like, nothing. You be like, okay. Like, I actually start and initiate conversations, and I'm good with conversation. I always tell you about my charisma and my talking, my speaking, cool, whatever. So I left my phone. Also, the night that I was up, Thursday night when I was up with Light Bright having that conversation, I left my phone. By the time I get back to my phone, it's a text from Coin on my Snapchat. Coin is telling me that hey, we're having a movie night tonight. If you want to watch a movie, slide. That was at 11. Like I said, I didn't get back in my dorm until like 3 something. So I text her back when I seen it at like 3:30 or like in the morning, and I was like, dang, like that sucks. Da 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 da. Like I wanted to come watch movies. Like I was just out. I didn't tell her I was out, doing whatever. I just said, hey, I was asleep. You know what I'm saying? I was sound asleep, tired from going to the rec center. But my mind here is like, I talked to y'all after we left the event and you didn't say anything. So why did y'all wait until almost 2 hours later to be like, oh yeah, well guess what? We're having movie night, like da da da. I don't like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Which isn't why I went anyway. Like I said, I didn't see my phone to even, to even think like, oh, okay, like none of that. So that happens. Friday, like I said, I'm left undelivered. I don't hear from Red Light all day. That's okay. Friday, Thursday, which day was this? Hold on, y'all. Friday, Coin is texting me about my roommate because my roommate asked for the day of the costume party in the lobby. Hash Brown, Fro, Coin, and Tide came up to my room and they knocked for me, but I wasn't here to go to the costume party. So they see my roommate. So I forgot this part of the story. At the costume party, Coin, but this is when I had moved Coin down to Homegirl, right? I moved Coin down to Homegirl, and this let me know that she wasn't interested because she was like, oh, like your roommate is like pretty much trying to crack on with my roommate. So, me, like I said, I'm P, I don't care. And like, I thought we were all homeboys, homegirls anyway. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, if you want my dog, like I'll let him know, like I'll try to put you on. I told my dog about her. He's focused, he's driven. I actually need to get more like him and more locked in, more focused, more driven. So I tell him he's not too interested. He's just like, oh, okay, like I appreciate that they called me cute or that they think I'm attractive, whatever. But he didn't really give anything on reciprocating that same sentiment. Cool. So Friday comes, Friday morning, and like I said, I didn't get a text from Red Light all day. Friday morning comes, I get a text from Coin, and Coin tells me, hey, we're gonna play tomorrow. She's like, tomorrow we're gonna play drinking games and you can bring, you know what I'm saying, like you and your roommate come so we could play drinking games. So I'm like, okay, tomorrow, whatever. So Friday goes by, no text from Red Light. I'm like, okay, well and like I said, I don't really drink. I don't really smoke like that, or at least I didn't before Saturday. But I was like, let me text my roommate, see what he says. My roommate's like, hey, I'm busy tomorrow. Like, I can't. I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. Like, no stress. So Friday goes by, no text from Red Light. I'm been left undelivered all day, all night. Saturday morning comes. I work out Saturday morning. I come back in. Me and my mom, me and my mom go and I forget what we did. I don't know if we went to my little sister's game or we did something. But my mom brought me back at 12. She brings me back at 12. I walk in the dorm. And when I walk into the lobby, on their way out is Coin, Fro, Hash Brown, and Tide. And I tell them all hi. And they're like, okay, hi, like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I just got back. Like, I was out, whatever. I'm like, where y'all about to go? They're like, oh, we're going to the store, pick up some things, and da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh, okay, bet. I'm like, so Fro asked them, Fro is like, oh, is he coming to the game night? So Fro turns around and Fro asked me, Fro's like, oh, are you coming to the game night? I was like, I have to check with my roommate and see. And then Fro is like, you could still come anyway. And also too, they were all with Juco. Juco was there too as well. So Juco, after I said I have to text my roommate and see, and then Juco was saying, do you have like any fine friends or whatever? I said, that's why I said I'm gonna text my roommate, which I'm not calling that nigga fine, but like that nigga's a hot commodity around here. They love that nigga. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, I was like, that's why I said I'm gonna text my roommate and then I'm gonna let y'all know because I don't know yet. So then Fro is like, you could still come regardless of if your roommate can come or not. She's like, we love you. And I'm like, well, Fro, speak for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, speak, closed mouths don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? Don't speak for the team, because allegedly I'm hearing roommate. You saying me. You know what I'm saying? Like, say the word. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay. I motioned a little hard. I said, aw, you know what I'm saying? Some soft shit. They go off. They're off to the store. I'm over here being nosy. I'm getting tea from one of the RAs who just tells me everybody's tea. And as that's happening, in comes red light and in comes light bright. They have signs. They just did a protest for what? I don't know. And I don't care. I don't protest anymore. And especially not for whatever the fuck they were protesting for. I don't know. I didn't read the signs, and it was some crazy shit. So as they come in, mind you, I haven't talked to Red Light since Thursday, since Friday morning. No, since Thursday. Whenever the fuck I said I was on delivery, y'all. I fucking forget. I'm getting my days mixed up. It's too many fucking people. Anyway, cool. I've been on delivery this whole time. But, I'm never the type nigga to be like, you didn't answer my text. I'm just going to be like, they'll answer when they get a chance, and we'll see what happens. So Red Light comes in. She's like, how are you? I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, how are you? I'm like, y'all protesting? It's a protest. She's like, yeah, it's a protest, like, going on, like, down there, da-da-da-da. We just got back. And I'm like, okay, smooth. Just some small talk. So they go up. And after that, I don't see them for the rest of the day until, like, after that, I don't see them for the rest of the day. Later that night comes, and, it's time for the drinking games with, Coin, Fro, Hash Brown, and Tide. Little did I know, JUCO was going to be there as well. So when I walked in, they were all there. I go. I didn't leave my phone. I actually took my phone with me. I was going to stay. I wasn't going to go at first because I want to watch the Alabama and Tennessee game. Thank God I didn't do that. Tennessee is so fucking garbage. And it's so funny. Tennessee they kill me. Like, the people's hate for Georgia just fucking, it really kills me. Because it's like fucking Tennessee will go out there and Joey Aguilar will play fucking amazing. And then the Chaz nigga will look like prime Randy Moss out there. He's not dropping a damn catch. And then they'll fucking play Alabama and look sorry as hell. I'm like, you niggas are fucking, oh my goodness, I can't stand you niggas. But cool, I'm glad I didn't stay and watch the game. Beyond that, I go to the room, everyone's there. JUCO is there, and it's a dyke I never seen. We'll just call her Dyke because she's a dyke. We're trying to keep it as simple as we can. So, cool. We're vibing. We're drinking. We're light drinking, but mind you, I haven't drank in months and or a year. So anything, a beer, one beer might do it for me. But of course, we're black. Ain't nobody drinking no goddamn beer. They pulled up. They just bought some shit from the gas station, a couple beatboxes, which give me so much PTSD from my time in Arizona. That's a story for another day. And then buzz balls, which I'm not really a fan of, but cool. We're drinking. We're playing a little. We're playing a little game or whatever. I'm not getting a vibe at all. Like, I'm like, man, I'm chilling with my friends. They rolling up. We smoking. I'm like, okay, like, it's cool. Like, it is what it is. The one of the spots, and I called it Ghetto Monopoly, but it's not Ghetto Monopoly. It's like it's just like where you roll the dice and it's something on every spot, not on some like freaky shit, but just like certain like things. So JUCO rolls the dice, and it was a couple funny dice rolls. JUCO rolls the dice, and it's like, oh, well, take a shot or text your ex. And I'm looking at her like, Bitch, take the shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know your ex. I'm just speaking on on my ex alone, bitch, take the shot. I'll take the shot for both of us. What are you talking about? Like, this is crazy. So, hey, calm Fifi little ass down outside. Goddamn dog being all loud in the video and shit. Whoever dog that is. I love dogs, y'all. Nothing against them. Yeah, so she has a dice roll like that, whatever. I'm not getting a vibe. The game ends, I lose the game, the loser has a punishment. They're like, oh, you gotta do 50 push-ups. So I'm like, okay, cool. I get down, I'm doing 50 push-ups. After I get to about 30, 32, 33, I hear them and they're like, ooh, okay. I said, all right. Mind you, hold on, let me get into something before this. Before this, like I said, I wasn't getting any vibes. So Hash Brown has to do karaoke. She sings a song, and the song, when the beat drops, she grabs my face. But like I said, Hash Brown is so playful. I don't know if Hash Brown is playing here or if she's doing this because this is a sign, which I don't know. But I made a face where I looked at her and I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Hash Brown's wilding tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I waved it off. Touched my face, sung the song. Cool. That was what it was. After that, like I said, I lost the game. They're like, do 50 push-ups. I get to about 30. They're like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? They're like, okay. I get to about 40. Nigga, I start feeling it. Mind you, like I said, I'm drunk. And also, nigga, I worked out earlier. My arms are fried. Took like a 10-second break, got up, got my last 10. They're like, hey, he just need a little, you know, I'm like, I just need a little break. Nigga, I did 40 straight push-ups. The fuck? I could have did 25 and 25 with a break in the middle, but I was like, nah, we really about to just eat all 40 of these, or eat all 50. I made it to 40, and I was like, damn, nigga, arms start locking. Nigga, a buzz ball was in my biceps. Like, no, nigga, no. Anyway. So I get up. And we start cleaning up that game, and we're about to pretty much play Jenga. So we go, we pull the, and also too, another funny one was, it was a couple funny ones on there. I'm not gonna lie. One of them was like, do a ding dong ditch. Well, I rolled it. It was like ding dong ditch or take a shot. And I was like, well, the other shit that they was asking me to do, I didn't do, so I'll do this. I was like, I'll ding dong ditch. So Hash Brown and Juco came with me. They acting a fool in the hallway, being loud. Nigga, I just ran up to the door and knocked on that bitch. We all ran. Nigga, I ran past them. I was flying through the hallway. I was duper flying through the hallway. Cool. So we do that. After my little push-ups, like I said, only so far have I got a vibe from what's his face. And also too, so it's going in a line, right? So Hash Brown did the little thing, you know, sung the song, grabbed my face or whatever. Like I said, I don't know if that was a sign or not. Cool, whatever, I'm past it. Coin rolled the dice in the game, and the dice is like, oh, group TikTok. So I don't know what the TikTok was. It's like, go crazy, boom, doom, doom, doom. And then they hit the music, and then, like, you know, the bitch will jump out there and just do a little dance or whatever. So Coin, when it's Coin's turn, she goes over there, she looks me in my eyes, and she is standing up throwing that motherfucker. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, Coin, don't look me in my eyes. Well, why are you throwing that big bananka donk? And I made eye contact for a little bit, and then I looked away. Because I was like, let me, first off, Coin, you need to calm down. Second off, Mama got that bunch of crunch cake. So, like you gotta chill. You gotta chill here. So I'm like, okay, I look away. That was what it was. Coin be doing little slick shit like that, and I'm like, okay. And I don't know if that was just but I'm like, why did she look at me? You could have just looked forward, or you could have just, you know what I'm saying, do a look in the sky and put your tongue out and be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That was that. After that, we played Jenga, and like, I did not know I was that nice at Jenga. Mind you, like I said, I was drunk. Nigga, I am teed on Jenga. Like, I'm fingering the pieces. I'm looking at all of their faces. I'm fingering the pieces, nigga. I'm he's hold on, I got a text. Anyway, cool. Nigga, I'm fingering the pieces. I'm looking at their faces. Nigga, they going crazy. They're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, but cool. So I'm doing that. I'm like, I'm nice with the Jenga. They all telling me shit. They're like, oh, we believe you. Because it got to a point where it started looking like it was going to fall down. But they're like, we believe you. We tried you. Like, I'm doing it all. I'm like, okay, cool. We with it. We with it. So the game ends. Juco ends up being the one to knock it over. I'm like, okay, cool. So we start cleaning up. As we're cleaning up, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the trash out because they're all women. So I was like, I'm going to take the trash out. So I get the trash. I get both the trash. And Juco is like, she looks at me and she's like, can I watch you take the trash? I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, sure, you can. So I go. I take the trash. And as we're walking there, she's just, asking me, like, just short questions, just some base level stuff. And, like, we're on our way. The trash can is, like, so far from the room. So it's like, we're just, she's talking and whatever. And, like, I'm like, this is a crazy night. And, like, she's like, yeah. She's like, so what's your major? And, we're getting close to the door. She's like, so what's your major? I'm like, business. I might minor in accounting or in marketing, maybe business administration. She's like, okay. I was like, yeah. I looked at her. I was like, what's your major? And then she looked me in the eyes and she was like, hospitality. Before I looked over, I started dying laughing for. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I dead started laughing. Like I couldn't help it. I was finna dap her and be like, that's good. Like that's a good clock that. Like you ate with that one. I'm still not going, but you ate. You definitely ate. That was hard. But I'm laughing. She's like, what's funny? I'm like, nah, nothing. She like, what you finna do for the night? I'm like, nah, after this, probably just, go to sleep, cool, whatever. She like, I forget what she said. She like, what did she say? Oh, yeah. She like, what you doing? I'm like, man, nothing, whatever. She like, okay. I'm still laughing because that shit was dead ass funny. She like, speak your mind. Like, speak your mind, anything. Like, say whatever it is. And I'm just like, nah, like, it's nothing. Which I know at this point, I'm like, okay, so this is definitely a vibe. Like, this is definitely a sign right here. Because, come on now. So, that was what it was. We make it back in. Hash Brown, as I'm watching the game, because now they're playing Just Dance on the Wii. As that's happening, I'm sitting on one side of the table. Juco is sitting in front of me, but her back is turned, watching them play Just Dance, of course. So Hash Brown goes over to Juco, and Hash Brown is like pretty much having a when somebody's having a conversation, you don't know what they're saying, but you know what they're saying. Like, you know what it is that they're referring to or that they're talking about. It's like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So as that happens, and they're deliberating or whatever, I pretty much know this conversation is about me, and Hash Brown is like asking her like, oh, is he on that? And like, she's like, oh, I tried and he's not going, or he don't want to, like, da-da-da-da-da. So Hash Brown goes around the table to the other side, stands behind me, and I can see her in my peripheral, still inching out like, oh, just make it duper obvious, like go duper hard. So after that, we're sitting for a while. I'm watching the game. She hands me her phone with a note in it. The note says, "Do you want to make out?" I look at her, I look at the phone. I look at her, and then I look at the phone. And I look and I said, "I'm okay, but you're very pretty." And I hand it to her. She's visibly disappointed. It takes her a second, but she keeps it P though, which I appreciate. That's some real bitch energy. She keeps it P for the rest of the night. Like, usually, women can't handle like rejection. So when you reject a woman, they start, they always say niggas can't handle rejection only because niggas are, nobody can really handle rejection, niggas or women. But once they get rejected, now you're a lame ass nigga, what a all this other shit. It's like, okay, cool. So she played it P for the rest of the night. I'm like, bet. After that, I'm thinking to myself, and also, y'all, well, let me tell you the thought process. First off, I'm glad I didn't do that for a couple different reasons. And another reason is for what happens after this. I'm glad I didn't do it because women talk. Everyone talks. That's why I said I know so much information about everybody in here. Number one, not only was I not really attracted to her, two, also, earlier you just asked for my mans. So it's like that already puts you in the homegirl category. And what did I say about you can't be promoted? I know what you're thinking. What about a mate? Like, no, nothing. My homegirls are my homegirls and you are a homegirl. Like, that is it. That is all. No makeouts, not a kiss, not a friend kiss, not holding hands, not pretending to be your man. None of that. We won't be doing anything. You are my homegirl and my homegirl only. When you asked for my roommate earlier, that already told me, like, now I'm thinking that you're desperate. Because how did you ask for my nigga earlier? And if my nigga would have came, would it have been him? So it's like, it's also it's a, you know what I'm saying? Like, now that's one. So one, I wasn't attracted to you. Two, you were asking for my nigga earlier, which already made me even less attracted to you. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, cool, whatever. So, and three, the biggest reason of all, the reason I didn't do it is because that would have set the tone and that would have changed how the entire group looked at me. Now, I don't favor anyone out the entire group, but if it was to be anyone that I were to boost up into interested in, or you know what I'm saying, it would be either Coin or it would be Fro, because I just like Fro's energy. And like I said, Coin got that bunch of crunch cake. she got that nothing bundt cake, but not the mini one. Like the big cake assist. I'm talking about her shit moving into PJs. I'm looking over like, so do you have any spandex? You remember those jeans, those like tapestry pants that bitches were wearing in like 2015, 2016? You wouldn't happen to have any of those with, no, son. But that also would have just shifted the whole like dynamic of the friend group, and they would have all been like, oh, so he likes her. But it's like, no, I don't like her. I just wanted to make out, even though I didn't make out. But if I did, that would be the conversation. And then also too, what that would do is, see, that's why I said 2 + 2 for me never equals 4. I always get 268, 428. You know what I'm saying? 556. Like, I'm like Captain Marvel when he activates his powers and he's looking at all the different possibilities. Like, that's me. So also too, I'm like, not only would this change the tide of the whole dynamic, if I make out with you and they all talk about it, this is going to disqualify me from any of you that I might have actually considered doing this shit with. And I can't have that. And nothing more women love, nothing more than anybody loves, is reserved. Nothing that anybody loves more than celibacy. You know what I'm saying? Not going. Being able, nothing everybody loves more than somebody who isn't for everybody. So I took it from so many different angles, but I was like, this is she made it deliberate, which I knew in the hallway from what she said, because that shit was dead ass funny. That's why I was laughing, but like at the same time I knew she was serious. That's why she was like, why are you laughing? It's like, I know you're serious, so I shouldn't be laughing, but it's just like you're hilarious. So yeah. After that, she played at P for the rest of the night. Actually, she was still cool. So I'm like, maybe she thinks like I don't know. And I hate the most thing I hate about being celibate, or the most thing I hate about like being like to myself, is like when you reject a woman's advances, they automatically think you're gay. And it's like, is it possible for a nigga to have self-control? Like, is it possible for a nigga to just take a step back? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I gay now? But cool, whatever. The after that, I'm like, oh my goodness. So they do Just Dance. I'm like, okay, I'm about to dance a little bit. The game started getting tight between Missouri and Auburn. Not interested in either of those teams, but I did kind of miss, college football this weekend, the later games, because didn't nobody play earlier. Well, Vanderbilt actually beat LSU, which was funny. But yeah, so I'm noticing the night's coming to an end. Or my night personally is coming to the end. The Dyke left before any of this ever happened. She just dipped. Hash Brown was on the Dyke, and JUCO was like, hey, like, Hash Brown, make sure you know what you're doing, because the Dyke doesn't have no limits, which them Dykes do not. And she had a clean ass taper, so I know she wasn't playing. Her line was crisp. Like, I know she was not playing with that pussy. So I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, the night's coming to an end. I'm just sitting watching the game, watching them play Just Dance. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get in there. Because I seen Rock Your Body by Justin Timberlake. I'm like, I seen Rock Your Body. So we play Rock Your Body. I'm in there, nigga. I'm dancing. I got third place. It wasn't enough space, one. But two, the weed really wasn't fucking with me. I'm just glad I didn't get last place, though. Cool. And nigga, that's my song. But the choreography for that shit is too much. That nigga was going too hard. It's like, fool, this is one of the songs that you just like, don't get me wrong. Like, you could be a sweaty nigga in the club, that one sweaty nigga in the club who's like full on breakdancing. You could be that nigga to this song. But this is more so a song that like, you feel me? Like, this is a song that like, you can really just do your two-step and just talk to me, disrespect, nigga, 1, 2, 2, nigga. Like, you really don't have to do a lot. That's why I picked the song too, because number one, that's my song, and two, because I'm like, we not gonna be doing that much. That nigga was doing a whole lot. So I was like, okay, cool. Trash it. We passed it. I'm like, after that, I'm like, okay. I didn't say I was on my way out yet. I'm just chilling. Everyone's talking for a little bit, and they're like, Fro is like, hey, let's play hot seat. And now I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh my goodness. Let's play hot seat. I'm gonna go ahead and 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 be on my way out. So cool. I'm gonna leave. I brought them because you don't ever want to come to the party empty-handed. I was like, I got some fruit. I brought the fruit roll-ups. I was like, if y'all want some gushers, like I can bring the gushers to y'all whenever. They're like, let's go up and let's see your dorm and we can get them there. I was like, okay. So now all of them come up to my dorm. I give them the gushers, and yeah, they're asking me, oh, like whose food is this? Whose food is that? And I just went shopping, so all the food really in there is mine because, like I said, I just went shopping. Usually the fridge isn't like that. Mind you, the night that I was playing YB for them, that Coin and Hash Brown came in here, they checked the fridge and wasn't a damn thing in there because, like I said, we didn't go shopping. So it's like, cool, whatever. So that was that. They all come up here, they get the gushers. And I forgot everybody was high and drunk. Like, I was drunk. I said I was drunk in the story, but I'm really tipsy. Like, I know what you guys are thinking. Like, damn, nigga, how was it? Like, even with me taking months from drinking, like, nigga, a buzzball is not gonna do it. A beatbox, now that motherfucker might have me in the back. Nigga, that beat. That's when you know you got a problem. Cause nigga, that's what I was doing at AZ. Nigga, we went to Arizona, and that's the first time I ever had a beatbox. Nigga, I got about 3 beatboxes down, nigga. I was over there like goddamn. Nigga, I was in the back like Biz Marquee, nigga. Nigga, it was like this nigga. They said this nigga back there beatboxing, nigga. I couldn't help it, nigga. That shit started touching the heart. But yeah, I was tipsy, but I forget, like, they were like drunk. They were like massively high. So I'm like, it's messy or whatever. Like, you're going to have to excuse me. So they come in here like, oh, my God, we love the view. Like, da-da-da-da. I'm trying to clean up my room because they're trying to come into my room, which I don't know why they're trying to come into my room. But I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I got to clean up. As I'm cleaning, Hash Brown just walks in here. She's like, what can he really do if we come in here? And I'm like, well, I could just kick you bitches out. But I'm well, bitch, don't test my patience. But yeah, they're like, what could we really do if we come in here? So they all come in here. Fro's like, no, it's not messy. I'm like, well, this is my definition of messy, which is not really messy, but like clothes are not folded and stuff is out, like plastic cups and like, you know what I'm saying, just trash, Nutri-Grain wrappers and shit are out. So I'm just like, I don't really fuck with that. That's messy to me. So cool. I leave, I go to the kitchen. They're asking, oh, is this yours? Yeah, can I have some? I don't care. Like, you can, yeah, that's fine, I don't care. Oh, can I have some of these? Can I have some of these? Can I have some of these? Okay, cool. Now, when I was tipsy, it looked like them bitches was taking everything. So when I was tipsy, it looked like they were clearing a nigga out. But then, you know, this morning when I got up, I sobered up and I looked around. You know, when I was crossed, nigga, I got up and I was cool. I was like, oh, they took a couple hash browns and a couple chips. Like, it's not that deep. And the gushers, of course. But I was like, that's not really that deep. So yeah, they're in here. They're like, we want to be in here. We want to come in here tomorrow. Like, we want to da-da-da-da, whatever, cool. So as I go back in here, Hash Brown is wrapped up in my blankets. And I'm like, Hash Brown, that's crazy work. So that's crazy work. Like, that's something that only women can get away with. Because I'm like, imagine if I was a guy and I can't, like, it's already enough that you done came in here. But now to wrap yourself and my sheets is insane. So, of course, I had to wash my sheets last night. But I also forgot this part of the story. So this is what I'm currently going through. And this is where the story ends so far. And I might come back with an update, you know, as the time goes on. That's episodes, Love Island, whatever, cool. So in the midst of the little party, the function or whatever, guess who I get a text from? Red Light. Red Light says, what you doing? And guess what I say? Delivered, bitch. Because don't ever in your life leave me undelivered for a whole fucking day and then come back, send a text thinking a nigga was finna come. Oh yeah, well, whatever you're doing, like we can meet. No, bitch. You gotta earn your keep. You gotta earn your keep around here. I don't even like playing texting tag. I don't play games like that, but if we're gonna play games, let's do it. So yeah, I completely ignored her text. So as the night ends, they leave. I walk them back to their dorm or whatever. And when I go upstairs, I lay on my pillow for a second and I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck just happened? 5 minutes later, I get a text. It's Coin. I look at the text. She talking about you left your sock here. I said, y'all need to go to bed. You have to go to bed immediately. You need to go to sleep, which is crazy work. I'm like, y'all are literally hilarious. Like women game is so fucking funny. She's saying this as one, I haven't even taken my socks off. I'm looking at both of my socks. And two, that's just a crazy shot. Like, so you left your socks here. I said, you need to go to bed. Like, y'all all need to go to bed. And I know what you're thinking. Like, bro, you should. That was your chance. But it's like, fool, I'm cool. Like, I'm overly cool. Like, I'm to the point where I just really am just I need to take a step back. Like, I even got up this morning, I couldn't function, I couldn't work out. The fucking drinks in the dining hall for breakfast were gross as fuck. I wasn't in the mood, and it was just, last night was a lot for me. Last night was a lot. But yeah, the reason I said I didn't do anything with Juka or whatever, and then too, when we came up, she was like, oh, are any of your roommates up? That's what I said. I'm like, I'm so fucking glad I didn't make out with you. Because I'm like, now you asking for any of them. You're just looking for somebody. You just drunk, and you just trying to get drunk and nasty, as Pierre Bourne would say. It's like it ain't no issue with that, but it's just like, I'm a choosy nigga. Like, I'm very, like, you can't, that's not just, I know what you're saying, like, oh, you had the opportunity when Coin said that you left your sock over there. And it's like, yeah, I did, but it's like, it's the principle, y'all. Y'all niggas have to stand up. Like, when I hear the stories about what you niggas be doing, what you thirsty niggas be doing, it just be getting me, because I'm like, bro, I stand on so much moral. I stand on so much 10 and so much principle, where it's like, hey, if you ever, took me for granted, or like my energy, my time, my attention, my anything, you know what I'm saying? You are never going to have an opportunity to experience that again. You might as well stay with who you want to stay with. Because, like, okay, both of y'all was speaking on my roommate, and that's cool. That's my dog. I was trying to put y'all on. He not interested. So now he not interested. You looking for a contingency plan, a backup plan? You looking for a second option? I'm not a second option nigga, and don't ever play me like that. But that's just what happened so far. And the end of the story is pretty much, I woke up today, and I texted what's his face back at like 1. Oh, I texted Red Light back at like 1, and I was like, I was asleep. She's like, what you doing? I'm like, I was sound asleep, got the best rest. Which, guys, it wasn't a lie. I was asleep, and I did get the best of rest. Like, come on. But I texted her. I was like, oh, I thought y'all were going to go out last night. She's like, oh, no. Like, things happened, and we didn't go out. So now I'm like, so back to me being Captain Marvel and 2 + 2 never equaling 4. Now I'm thinking to myself, like, gang, so are you texting me because you wanted to text me? Or are you texting me because you thought I would slide on you once plan failed? And now you're talking about things happened. Bitch, what are the things that happened? You know what I'm saying? Because that's important. That's important. Because knowing you, the thing that happened could have been the first, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. You don't want to overthink like that. But it's just like, when you're around people that move so frivolously and so loosely, you just start really just eyeing and keeping a tab and just being like, and I'm not really that type nigga, but it's like, you almost have to be, so that you're not walking around. And I said that. Remember in the beginning when I said, my friend was asking, oh, is this person single? Is that person single? And I'm telling him, like, gang, there's so many niggas that walk by on campus, and it's so funny because the nigga will see me and he'll laugh as if like I'm ugly or I can't dress, or laugh for whatever reason. And I'm thinking to myself, like, nigga, I know 2 niggas fucking your bitch right now. The fuck are you laughing at, nigga? I see so many people come into the lobby of my apartment with a different nigga every week. So many of these fucking relationships, I'm seeing so many fucking people be with other people and make advances towards other people. I'm like, and if that's what y'all want to do, that's cool. I'm going to take a step back, though. You say you want my man's homegirl. You out here giving it up to losers that you're not even proud about giving it up to? Homegirl. Like, it's just homegirl activity. You're not gonna get rewarded, and I'm not gonna be the contingency fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is crazy. And that's why I say, y'all, that stuff like this happens to me on a regular basis where I'm not looking, like I genuinely thought that we were all friends and we were all cool. But like certain things will happen on a regular basis or at events or at outings. And I'm like, and it's just like, it just falls into my lap. And I'm not trying to say that on some cocky shit, because like I told you, I don't look like a fucking supermodel. I'm an average looking guy. I'm handsome, but like I'm very average. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not anything like super duper. You know what I'm saying? Once in a lifetime. Look at those fucking, look at that chiseled jawline. Like that's not me. So it's like I literally just go in and just vibe out and be myself, and like somehow it just ends up falling into my lap. So when I see you niggas that are solar system niggas, or when I see you niggas that beg and plead and do whatever you can to keep the bitch around, it's like, bro, just vibe, gang. Like even when I get around hoes and I peep certain stuff about her, like I love women to death, but when I be around women and I see certain shit, it's like, bro, I really don't want to be around y'all and y'all moving like that. Not even specifically speaking on them, just speaking in general. So it's like for y'all to be moving how y'all moving, y'all gotta stand up. But yeah, old girl was like, red light was like, oh, I was just lonely, and I was like, okay. She's like, what are you doing today? I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm like, what you doing? She's like, I'm like, you like scary movies? She's like, yeah. I was like, all right, well, what you doing tomorrow? She's like, oh, well, my cousin gonna leave tomorrow. I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna watch a scary movie tomorrow. She's like, yeah. Look at you. Nigga, but didn't you just say, whoever said I was gonna do anything with her? See, y'all not listening. It's not me. I hear myself. I'm not just speaking here and not thinking. I hear myself. Y'all are the ones not listening. Whoever said I was gonna do anything with her? I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna be on the same type time. I'm not a backup dick. I'm not a second option player. I'm a max contract player. You're not gonna treat me like the third option or the 3-and-D guy. That's not me. Bitch, I'm the star of the team. And if I'm treated as if anything aside from the star of the team, then I'm just going to request a trade. The fuck? This is my team, bitch. I am Jokic. I am Shea. I am Anthony Edwards. Like, what are you talking about? Don't treat me like no third, fourth option nigga. And cherish what you have out the gates. Because once you get around me and you get some of that good, then you realize, hey, I'm good. I know where home is. But instead, you want to go out and do what you do. So do what you do. So we'll see how that is. I don't know how long this video was, but yeah, that was the story. But we might continue and build on that story depending on what I do for the next couple of weeks. I really just want to keep my head down, but ain't no telling, bro. Ain't no telling. Anyway, though, definitely like, subscribe, share this. Don't share this to the cast. Share this to your nigga. Don't share this shit to your friends either. Definitely like and subscribe. I'm out.